we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew. Don't need bags or a pass. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my hat is off to you. Oh, we could zoom all the way to the moon from this great wide wacky world. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump, don't be scared. Jump and your cares will soar away. And if those dark clouds start to swirl, don't fear, don't shed a tear, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl.
Stan here from the Gaming Odyssey, and after the release of Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii, Nintendo's next two 3D games were very interesting. They were Super Mario 3D Land and Super Mario 3D World. These two games strayed away from the normal 3D Mario games people were used to, and people will split on them. But today I'm going to talk about the first one released on the 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land. In my opinion, it's not that great of a game. Do I think this game is downright awful? No. It has some good qualities, but today here are 5 reasons why Super Mario 3D Land is not that great. Number 1, the story. I think you could honestly play a drinking game of how many times in my videos I have mentioned or talked about the story in 3D Mario games. They're fun, creative, and epic, but unfortunately 3D Land doesn't follow that path. The story is that Bowser kidnaps Peach and also takes some of the raccoon leaf power-ups, and it's up to Mario to rescue the princess. Now, first of all, I really love the idea of Bowser stealing the raccoon leaf power-up. It's really cool. I mean, the enemies are kind of raccoon themed. They have the little tails. It's fun, but by like the 4th or 5th world, it gets kind of boring and still. I think it would have been great if they maybe stole other powers like the fire flower, the wing cap, the bee mushroom from Super Mario Galaxy, the ice flower. All these powers, that'll make the enemies a lot more interesting and the story a lot more interesting as well. Throughout your adventure, you also get these postcards from Princess Peach to kind of tell her story of her being locked up in Bowser's castle. And as you can see, there's this one postcard that shows her escape, and I think it would have been cool if maybe there's like 3 levels in the game where you kind of play as Peach escaping Bowser's castle. I think it would have been kind of cool, kind of like how they did in Super Paper Mario, but unfortunately we don't get that. The story works, but I think there's just a lot of potential, so ultimately it was disappointing. Speaking of the raccoon leaf, let's talk about it. And number 2 is the power-ups in this game. So let's talk about the new ones here. We have the boomerang flower, which honestly really love this power-up. It's very fun and unique to use, and I'm glad they have it in the game, but I think you just get a bit too late in your adventure to really utilize it. They also bring back the raccoon leaf, and it's fun, but like the 4th or 5th world, it kind of gets boring. I think honestly it would have been really cool if you could use powers from other Mario games, like say the bee mushroom from Galaxy or the wing cap from 64, or maybe even some new ones. I think past powers could have looked really well in this game, and bringing in new ones would have been great. So the powers we have are fine, I just would have liked more. Number 3 is the levels. Now the levels in 3D Mario games have been amazing. I mean, Super Mario 64 we have the iconic Bomb Bomb Battlefield with amazing music. We also have other great stations such as Womp Fortress, Cuckoo Mountain. Then you get the Sunshine, you have the amazing Peanut Park. And the other ones are great, you know, Rico Harbor, Bianca Hills, and in Galaxy you have the Toy Time Galaxy, and you know, the Deep Dark Galaxy, and just all these amazing galaxies. And then here you have these disappointing levels. Now I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to go back to the, you know, more traditional Mario style levels, but those can still be great. And I felt like here there's a lot of missed potential. Look at Super Mario 64. All of the levels in Super Mario 64 are kind of your basic themes: grass, ice, mountain, desert, but they make them great, exciting, and interesting. I just found a lot of the levels in this game to be very boring. I mean, there's a couple ones I like this clock one or the underground ones, but I just thought the level design was very weird. They're trying to like make 2D to 3D levels, and I just don't really remember them. But whenever you're saying, Tanman, Super Mario 3D would have levels like that. Well, to an extent, you're right. But also in that game, in 3D World, you have games like that little safari level, and you know, there's like a temple one. Here you just don't have it. Overall, the levels in this game, I just can't really remember any of them, and that's a huge issue. Also, they do this thing where you have secret levels in this game after you beat Bowser, and all the secret levels are just the levels you play but more difficult. I hate when games do that and they do it. Number 4 is the bosses. The bosses in 3D Mario games have been creative and fantastic, and here they just don't work out. So let's talk about them. First of all, you have Boom Boom, who is cool, but I just find all his boss fights ridiculous easily. You also have Pom Pom, who I like. I think Pom Pom is very unique with her gimmicks throughout the game, and I liked her boss fights. Then you have Bowser. You have the classic Bowser castles. Now, I really love the airship and castle levels, so probably my favorite in the game, but that's it for the bosses. It's really disappointed me. I really love the final boss in this game. I like how creative it is, but here in this game, I just didn't get that. I felt that the normal world bosses were just boring and the creativity wasn't there. 3D Land has some interesting power-ups that they could have used. Maybe you have to use the boomerang frog to defeat a certain boss. You maybe use a Tanuki leaf to like fly over there, or something to that nature where you utilize it. That's what makes bosses great. Use what you learned from the world or power-ups, and that's how you defeat the boss. Here, they don't have it, so again, just more disappointing. Number 5, and I think this really could have helped the game, is have more playable characters. There's something that could have really helped. Let's say after you go through like World 4 or 5, you unlock Luigi. Then you play through him, and then you unlock all these other characters. You could have had Donkey Kong. He would have been a slower character. He has no power-ups, but maybe you could have had his punch. You could have had Diddy Kong, who's a more faster version, who can jump on enemies and has his peanut pop gun. Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi Bird, use all these characters. I think that could have really helped. That takes care of pretty much all these issues on the list, and makes those a lot more interesting and fun. Makes bosses a bit more difficult, I guess, and it makes just the gameplay and the power-ups you could have had. You know, some characters don't have powers, some characters can use them. I think it could really solve anything, and that's how I think Super Mario 3D could have stood out. I mean, the game has good graphics, good soundtrack, and some decent levels that are fun. So I just think they would have added characters, they, improved the things I said. Super Mario 3D Land could have been an amazing game. But instead, it just has a mediocre story, doesn't really have that many new power-ups, forgettable levels, okay bosses, and only 2 playable characters, Mario and Luigi. So, ultimately, guys, that's why I don't think it's that great of a game. Well, guys, this has been Tanner here from the Game Odyssey. I hope you guys enjoyed this list. If you have not, check out my recent videos. I talk about my top 5 favorite spin-off Mario games. It's probably one of my favorite videos to do. Check out some other videos here on the TGO. You have Taju's LP with Mega Man 10, Toad's the Gamer, Super Mario Sunshine, John's LP, which I co-commentate with Super Mario Odyssey, Fries, with his game with the Fancy Pants. Check it out, a very unique game. If you don't want anything mainstream, check out Fries with Fancy Pants. But guys, this is Tanner here from the Game Odyssey. Talk to you guys later. Bye.